All right, bro, it's T, and I'm back with another video on our good friend Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness. I'm reviewing a video of his. It's called Why I Recommend People Only Lift 4 Days a Week, I guess to accelerate more of this chronic stress, to accelerate aging and diseases and other problems, yes, and shorten telomeres and longevity.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about training frequency and kind of explain why.
Okay, he's going to talk about frequent training and why what?
I don't really recommend that anyone train over 4 days a week, and I know this comes up, people say, well, if volume is equal,
So nobody should train over 4 days a week. Well, that's a lot of chronic stress to your body, chronic aging, accelerated aging and disease and everything else. Okay, yeah, all right, well. You don't want to get them too short, the telomeres, and you don't want to die too fast, right? That's the reason probably he's doesn't want you to work out more than 4 days a week. Yeah, because if you work out any more than that, then you're really accelerating aging, disease, chronic disease, and everything else. I've mentioned this before. It's an NCBI. They tell you chronic stress ages you, gives you all these diseases. Yes.
Shouldn't matter, but it also comes down to the fact of allowing things like connective tissue, bones, other stuff to heal and remodel and recover from training. And
boning tissues and everything to heal and remodel from training. So that's that's chronic damage. It's never healed. It's fibrotic now. It becomes fibrotic. If you're lifting 4 days a week and you've caused damage already the very first time you hit the weight to your body and your bone, and then you repetitively keep hitting it without giving it a chance to repair and remodel, do any of these things, then it's fibrotic now. You understand me? So yeah, that's chronic stress. That's inflammaging. That's damaging, cellular damage and a whole bunch of other things.
Here's the thing. Ultimately, when we start looking at all the data we have on volume, the research we have on volume, even in trained lifters, it turns out that when sets are high quality, meaning
lifting doesn't exist in the natural world or any of these things. This is in the man's world, in the fake world, the made up world, because they got you doing all these weird things, like the rich people. They put people in these stadiums, like in Italy. They threw them in these stadiums for entertainment purposes only. This is to entertain the rich people. The rich people are entertained watching crazy people like him lift all day, accelerate aging, disease, and a bunch of other things. The rich people, they're all eating all the best food and enjoying their lives and watching this fool eat a slave diet, accelerate aging, and destroy himself. Well, they get entertained. Yeah, that's the point of all of this.
you are actually training hard.
Me personally, I don't find lifting entertaining, but whatever. Okay.
And keep that in mind. That's one thing that's been noted. A lot of people are not training anywhere near as hard as they think they are. Like a lot of people who don't seem to make gains are like, but I train hard.
Yes, they're not training hard enough to destroy themselves, Jason Blaha, yes.
Those are the people that when you look in the labs and they say, okay, I felt like, this set was 1 rep or 2 reps from failure, and then they actually test them in the lab.
Yes, the more you go to failure, the more stress you cause to your body, the more you can accelerate aging, shorten telomeres, increase cardiovascular disease, neurological diseases, but every kind of disease, you name it, bro. Yes. Osteopenia, osteoporosis, and a bunch of other things coming on from lifting and doing all these weird things.
They sometimes get 6 or 7 more reps. Literally 6 or 7 more reps on an exercise. They can do all.
It especially accelerates when you're eating a herbivore diet, food that you're not supposed to be consuming, like sugars and toxins, which are in herbivore diets, and these engineered fruits and vegetables and the man-made foods you're eating. Yeah, they have oxalates in there. These oxalate crystals, when they build up, they just destroy everything, your bone, muscle, skin, everything.
Their own while maintaining good form.
Especially joints. Maintain good form. That'll accelerate even more.
So that's a lot of what we mean by they don't train hard. People just literally have no idea. They don't know what muscle failure.
You want to know why he has these man boobs? It's because he has high estrogen because of the herbivore diet, and high estrogen because lifting heavy weights repetitively, chronically, lowered testosterone. It's a known fact. It crashes, it spikes and crashes.
Actually means that they don't know what hard training is.
Because he's doing it chronically. Now, if you just did it once, maybe there'd be a rise and it'd probably go back to baseline. But it can't go back to baseline if you're chronically lifting heavy weight. Lifting heavy weight weakens you, weakens your body. You say, well, but I got stronger because I lift a heavy weight. No, you got fake strength lifting a heavy weight. You understand me? By accumulating androgen receptors so that the androgens combine to the receptors, giving you that maximum force production and proliferating motor units. But if you can't feel it or touch it, if you didn't get bigger and stronger like real muscle, you didn't get stronger.
So you'll see the kids who, when they get to a single joint movement, they start grinding and doing rest.
That's the reason why all these power lifters lose in arm wrestling matches, because that's how strong they are. That's why they lose all the time, because they're so strong lifting heavy weight off the floor. Get it?
Pause and all this other stuff going beyond failure, and then they end up just, largely overtraining and overusing some of these smaller muscles. They'll do this on curls and stuff, but on their other exercises, they stop so far short that the training response is low. But that aside, when we get over to people who are actually doing high quality training, and what we mean is 0 to 2 reps in reserve on most of your work sets, training volume just don't have to be that high. Like we're seeing, some studies are showing that in that case, in some cases, even like 8 sets per muscle group per week can cause maximum or close to maximum hypertrophy. In people who live.
Maximum? How could this cause any hypertrophy? Weights don't cause hypertrophy. Food does.
A little more, depending upon genetics. It could be 12 to 20 sets.
No set can cause hypertrophy in your body. Your body to hypertrophy. But the sets can cause a hypertrophy if you're getting inflammation. They cause inflammation, therefore there's a hypertrophy, but that is through inflammation and inflammaging. Yeah, inflammation. So when you lift these heavy weights, you're causing inflammation to your body, so you're getting hypertrophy in the form of inflammation. Yeah, that inflammation is aging you.
Be something in that range. But even then, for most people, it's going to be, maybe 10 to 12 sets per week. And what people need to keep in mind, that is for very high levels of.
Yeah, the more sets you can add, the more inflammation the more inflammation you can increase in your body, the faster you can accelerate this aging. It's excellent. This is really good for that. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Muscle growth, not to see any muscle growth. And so that's one of the things you'll see.
Oh, he says muscle growth. Yeah, the growth in inflammaging. It'll inflame the muscles and you'll look slightly bigger for about, during that time while it's inflamed. Yeah, that'll accelerate aging and inflammaging.
When people discuss volume, they're like, well, I'm not seeing any muscle growth on this many sets. It's like, well, you're probably doing too many.
Why he looks all puffed up and everything? It's because he's chronically inflamed constantly. I mean, you should see some of these factory workers. I mean, I had friends, they worked in factories. Man, their feet were constantly inflamed. Their feet were massive. Their hands, sometimes their arms, their bodies. Chronic inflammation ages you. And they were always chronically inflamed. These people that work labor jobs, they're chronically inflamed. It's a slave labor job. Really, it's slave labor. Humans are not meant to do any of these things. That's why the rich people, they want to be rich. They want you to work, you to be inflamed, and you increase your aging, and you die young and sick and decrepit, while they stay healthy, eating a real diet and not inflammaging themselves to death. See what I mean? But this guy, he's a slave. Look at this slave lifting these fucking things off the floor. He's a slave, bro.
Quite frankly, because when studies show for some people it's as low as 8, and even then, almost everyone grows on 8 to 10 sets. Even 10 sets, pretty much everyone will grow on. It just may not be 100% of all your possible growth.
Yes, everybody will grow off of it. The inflammation will make you grow temporarily. Look, I try to explain this. People are so dumb. Lifting chronically gives you a lot of inflammation. So that's fake. That size is fake. That's due to inflammation. Now, the strength part that you're doing, getting good at lifting, well, that's fake too because it's temporary. It can go away quickly. It's based on androgen receptor strength. It's not based on anything else. You understand me? Yeah.
You see where we're going with this? Okay, if you're doing 10 hard sets a week for a muscle group, you should be growing some.
Of course you should. Everybody that is doing his program to accelerate aging by causing more inflammation in your body, you'll look great and big and puffy when you walk around. People love that look. That's why they go to the gym chronically to lift. Look, I don't go to gyms to lift. I barely ever go to the gym, but I watch people, they go there, they're there every day because they enjoy getting this chronic inflammation and pretending that they're big with chronic inflammation. There's also sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. You're increasing the glycogen in the muscle as well. But that inflammation is really what people are going for. And so they walk around, they pretend like they've got a little bit of size, look a little bit bigger with this inflammation. They think it's muscle, actually, muscle growth or something. Then they can't figure out when it goes away. They look flat and they look at the mirror and they're constantly look at themselves in the gym. Can't figure out what's going on.
Even if it's only 70 or 80% of the most you could possibly grow, it still should be muscle growth.
It's not muscle growth, it's inflammation. And then there's some glycogen loading in there. The muscles aren't getting damaged due to the repeated bout effect phenomena, and you can't bypass the myonuclear domain size limit because that progenitor, it's beyond the satellite cell to donate any more extranuclei to support further muscle growth. You understand me? You understand, if you really truly understand what lifting is really all about, this guy has no idea what lifting is all about. He doesn't understand anything. He just knows about gabbing about stupid shit and lifting these stupid weights repetitively off the floor and making up stuff.
So in that context, when you factor...
If anybody tells you that lifting weight is somehow going to build a muscle, then he absolutely doesn't know anything, because no piece of iron builds muscle. Food, that's like saying air is going to build muscle, like breatharians.
And that for most people, they'll grow on 10 sets, they'll grow. And at the
They'll grow on 10 sets. You're not going to grow on no 10 sets, especially eating shit all day. You will grow, though, inflammation on 10 sets. If you do 10 sets, you will definitely grow inflammation and walk around with fake muscle growth. Yeah, inflammaging.
most 15 to 20 is going to be the extreme end. The extreme end. And people probably shouldn't be doing that for every muscle group. Maybe
all the
just your lagging ones, maybe your stubborn ones, right? Ones that seem...
all the people on his channel are who are lifting, all those so-called fake clients that he had, the women and everything, that's all they were doing was increasing the inflammation in their body, looking puffy. All of these power lifters, they chronically lift for this inflammation to pretend that they're big, try to compete with bodybuilders. Bodybuilders, they're doing sets and reps mostly for the glycogen loading, the sarcoplasmic look. They do get inflammation as well, but they're mostly trying to huff down all these carbohydrates. The herbivore diet, I call it. It isn't your natural diet, carnivore diet. Carnivores don't look puffy and big. They don't look like that at all. They look muscular and lean, like lions. That's why they call it the lion diet. They don't call it the elephant diet. But you guys are eating the elephant diet for sure. You're getting big. But you're not building muscle, though, because you can't turn cellulose into muscle. Only herbivores can do that.
To be resistant to growing, maybe in those cases. But by and large, it's further down. So even if you say, okay,
he's actually just making himself look uglier and uglier doing this. Eating the shit food that he eats, slave diet, and doing this slave exercise stuff, lifting repetitively, is just making him look uglier and uglier. He's just getting more ugly. He can't figure it out. He's trying to put himself together. It's like trying to patch myself together while I'm destroying myself at the same time. You know, maybe I'll put some creams on my face, this. Maybe I'll look better by doing that. Yeah, in the end, it's so diminished. The hair's gone. The face is gone, the body's gone, his sex drive is gone. His I bet you his testicles and his penis have shrunk. They do. They shrink because of this. This repetitive lifting actually shrinks your testicles and your penis gets smaller. It's a known fact. You can see it at science, bro. Listen, I never lied on my channel, bro. I'm telling you the truth. This shit just diminishes the shit out of you if you don't understand it. If you do stuff that destroys you, what is the point of trying to become better by destroying yourself? This is ridiculous. So I should destroy myself and that will make me better. What? This is crazy, man. To make yourself better, you have to figure out how to make yourself better. That was the point of my channel. My channel was a discovery, to discover more how to make yourself better and not destroy yourself. But people were like, you're preventing me from exercising. I'm not preventing you from exercising or doing specific things. I discovered what will make me better. My whole focus is to make myself bigger, better, stronger, and faster. I don't want to make myself uglier, decrepit, bald, accelerate aging, increase estrogen, and shrink my balls and my penis, and get a dad bod, and shorten my lifespan, and whatever else, fucking, and destroy my teeth, and just diminish the shit out of myself. That is the opposite of everything you're trying to do. So what is the point of doing this if it's destroying you? This is the opposite, bro. This is crazy. I don't know.
Okay, 12 sets. Well, how many days a week do you need to train to get 12 sets in per muscle? Right? Let's say 6 sets twice a week.
Look, more destroy myself.
5 sets twice a week. What if you really want to do 10? How many days do you really need to train? 3 to 4?
I don't know. How many days do you need to train to destroy yourself?
6 sets of pressing, 6 sets of pulls.
Yeah.
Chunk of volume. That's if we're exceeding 10. Because people say, well, I get sets a week. It doesn't leave you 5 or 6 days. A lot. You're hitting the same tendons over and over.
This is madness. This is insanity.
Okay. It's one thing to talk about.
This is insanity where you're trying to create inflammation to pretend you're puffy, big. That's why he said my calves were pumped after doing a couple of sets. They weren't pumped. That's the inflammation. Yeah, man. Remember that thing that he said his calves were pumped? I'm not joking, man. Look at this shit. It was in his community section. Remember, he was measuring his calves right here. Listen to what he says here. I'll prove it to you. People have asked a lot what I do for my calves. Today, I finally started training them. This is with a pump after 3 sets of standing calf raises. I think the last time I did calf work is around It's with a pump. See, this is the show. It's inflammation. What he's showing you is inflammation. With inflammation, I actually have it looks like I have muscles. You understand me, man? I don't know what else to say there. This is ridiculous shit, bro. I'll see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, support the channel. I'll see you in the next one, my friend. How much you think about that? Inflammaging.